saying this plan was never developed and there is no fracking in the park, so what's the big deal?
Right, yeah, that's what they're saying, and they're saying that it was never implemented out of the August thing, but clearly they were still talking about the plan. Maybe the plan evolved. I mean, we can only speculate, but what we have found so far certainly shows that they've been misleading us about how far and how deeply they did plan.
What's the definition of implementing a plan? Like you said, we've seen some of these tactics go into play. How can you really define if a plan is being implemented or not?
That's a good question. You know, I mean, like I said, the plan very well could have evolved. Maybe they didn't implement all of the plan because they clearly haven't appointed anyone to the commission to oversee oil and gas leasing on state land. You know, clearly they haven't done that yet. So maybe the plan evolved at some point, but you know, we're still waiting on records from the Ohio Department of Natural Resources. We've already gotten records back from the Kasich administration, and it seems like there are a few things missing from those. But you know, we still have questions about what happened beyond this November 27th meeting. Did the plan evolve at that point because they had decided not to frack in state parks? But if you look at the talking points, they're clearly talking points that have been used throughout, you know, 2013 and 2014 right up until today.
In your view, what's the biggest danger that could come out of having a plan like this?
Well, collusion in between the oil and gas industry and the administration. You know, the people who are charged with protecting us shouldn't be looking at the folks that they're supposed to be regulating as their allies. They should be looking at them as the people that they're supposed to be reining in and making sure that they're protecting Ohioans against the dangers of fracking. I mean, in this plan, they talk about how, you know, they want to downplay the risks. They want people who are neutral and may not have made a decision in the public, they want to be able to neutralize our message, you know, so people don't get concerned about the dangers. The dangers are real. We've been experiencing them here in Ohio. We've experienced earthquakes. We've experienced explosions. We've experienced leaks. We've had all kinds of different problems with fracking, and you know, we need an administration that isn't going to downplay the dangers, but is going to protect us from those.
The threat in the was broached in the September memo about park entrance fees. They have to be implemented in Ohio without the revenue from fracking in the parks. Obviously, we don't have fracking and we don't have entrance fees. What does that say to you that was part of the discussion as a possible marketing strategy?
I mean, we can only speculate, you know, that the state was looking at different ways that they could possibly make money from fracking. You know, of course, now we've turned to the severance tax as being the really big, you know, this is how we can make more money off the industry. You know, in the budget bill, they were looking to raise the fees on waste disposal here in Ohio as well. So I think they're exploring ways that the state could make money off of fracking. You know, but making money off of fracking isn't going to keep people safe from the dangers of it, right?
So you don't see the prospect of no fees in parks as a selling point to self-fracking in the parks?
No, I don't think that the risk is worth it.
I mean, as far as what they were considering.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's certainly what they were considering. Obviously, they had plans to get together an entire budget and what they could actually do with the money from fracking in state parks and did a whole entire inventory. So obviously, they were looking at that as a way to sell it to the public. But again, making money off of fracking isn't